Welcome to this mess. Actually, shut up, Kirby music.
Love the music.
Is this the waiting music?
It is. Welcome, contestant 1, Luigi fan 891. Tell me, sir, how many fingers am I holding up?
3.
Turns out I was holding up 13. Off to a very rough start in this trivia game, are we? Contestant number 2, the Geeky Skunk Gamer. Did you happen to know that there's a warrant out for your arrest in the state of Kentucky?
I did. That's why I never go there.
You're our nasty little prostitute, aren't you?
I will neither confirm nor deny. Oh, are we in the Matrix? Subterfuge.
That's
Love
a
the
cool
font.
name.
Is that Orabesh font or something?
I don't know. I'll admit, I did not make the font. So I did steal that, but can always make it later look almost identical. So, let us actually begin the show itself. Round 1.
What are the rules?
I'm getting to those. I literally have 6 slides. You'll see a category for each question, and multiple possible answers. For this first round, your goal is to simply pick the correct answer. And if you do, you will get the money assigned to that question. But here is the trick. For every single question in this entire game, one person will always have the opportunity to answer first. Which means you are free to manipulate this game in whichever way you so choose. I like to think of it as opening the doors to all kinds of fuckery. If I had to subtitle the game, it would be a game of fuckery. So I do not expect you to sit there and answer these questions as you would in a normal trivia show. At least, unless you want to lose. For this first round, the more choices there are, the more money you can make. And you'll notice who gets to choose first for each question. Any questions from you?
Yeah. Do we get the money if we manage to get the other one faked out, or do we only get the money if we get the correct answer?
It's almost like you're predicting a totally different round of this game. Wink. For this first round, simply do your best to answer correctly. This is mainly to gauge exactly how much you think the other person actually knows about shit.
I'm intrigued.
Question 1. We'll start with you, Luigi fan. Art. What was the original title of Love is in the Bin?
Girl with the balloon.
Contest. Well, I apologize. I have a literal slide that allows me to select which question or which answer you picked live. The Geeky Skunk Gamer.
For some reason, I'm feeling cardinal sin.
The correct answer. Girl with Balloon.
Well, damn.
Originally a 2006 painting titled Girl with Balloon, the painting was actually shredded immediately after auction in October 2018 for 1.04 million pounds.
I remember that, actually. Why did I...
Then why'd you pick the wrong answer?
Because I didn't remember the name of the painting.
Literally 3 years later, the exact same work, Now Love is in the Bin, was sold for 18.5 million pounds. So, fun fact, everybody. Shred all the art that you own. It will become more expensive for no reason.
Only one of the artists... Okay, whatever. The artist can shred if he wants.
Question 2. Law.
Oh, dip.
Which of these Supreme Court cases invalidated the death penalty? Geeky Skunk Gamer.
I'm going to say Lawrence v. Texas.
And you, Luigi fan.
I'm going to go with Texas as well.
The correct answer. Furman v. Georgia. It turns out both of you picked a case that allowed sodomy, so I don't know if that was on your mind or... No.
I don't know laws like that.
Back in the 80s, the Supreme Court held that the imposition of the death penalty was cruel and unusual punishment and violated the Constitution. Until literally 4 years later, and they reversed themselves. So, feel free to kill people as long as you're the government. So far, looks like only one of you has gotten a question right. Bodes well for the rest of the game. Question 3. Animals.
Ooh.
Which of these mammals lays eggs?
That would be... Oh, wait, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
The echidna.
Luigi fan?
I will second that.
Turns out, that was a very good call. Like platypuses, echidna are monotremes, the only living mammals that lay eggs. Also, male echidnas have 4-headed penises, in case you're interested in doing that thing allowed by Lawrence v. Texas. With an echidna.
Good for Knuckles, I suppose.
Question 4. History.
Nice.
The Treaty of Ghent ended which war? Luigi fan?
The Treaty of Ghent ended which war?
Mm.
The War of 1812.
I'm gonna say the 100 Years' War.
In fact, it was the War of 1812.
Well, damn.
Took effect in 1815, ending the war between the US and the UK. And it turns out the UK decided to collapse its economy ever since. Well, everyone is now officially on the board, and as you'll notice, this is, in fact, a rolling score count that will work for the entire game. It took me a day to figure that part out.
Oh, wow.
Good for you.
It turns out macros are incredibly useful, as long as you know how to code, which I guess Matthew's class has taught me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Nice to see something good's coming out of that class.
Games!
Which corporation acts as the main antagonist in the Resident Evil series? Luigi fan?
That would be... Is it the Umbrella Corporation?
Geeky Skunk Gamer?
He's right, it is the Umbrella Corporation.
Yes, indeed.
hoping
In fact, I
you'd
know
get
about
that
Resident
wrong.
Evil.
You lucky ducks. Set out to develop an advanced race of virtually enhanced super beings, but instead, everyone just gets coughs most of the time and dies in hospitals, I guess.
And then become zombies.
Well, most of them were zombies before getting sick. Question 6. Religion.
Oh,
I'll be
Lord.
sad if I get this wrong.
Which of these individuals is not recognized as one of the 12 apostles? Geeky Skunk Gamer.
I'm gonna say Bartholomew.
Luigi.
The answer is Silas.
Indeed, the answer is Silas.
I thought Paul and Silas were together, though.
They were, but neither of them are actually recognized as one of the 12 apostles.
Paul
Silas-
came after the apostles.
Silas is effectively just Paul's best friend.
His Watson?
Best friend in air quotes. Paul was a very loving man. Well, so far, I probably could have included your names on this, but I was also rushed to make sure all of this worked correctly. So feel free to take these as names with you and put them on your social security card if you want. It'll make it easier. Question 7. Inventions. Which of these inventions was the work of Elijah Otis, the Geeky Skunk Gamer?
Safety elevator.
And Luigi fan.
It totally... wait a minute. Is it... I had to take a minute to read them both to make sure I'm not missing a stupid, obvious trap. Safety elevator.
Why do you always pick mine?
I don't always pick yours.
Well, think about that for the next few rounds, but for the time being, it definitely is. Otis invented the system that prevents elevators from falling in case the cables holding it up fail.
You said Bartholomew. I said Silas.
Well, that's because you know religion better than me.
And now we're talking about Elijah Otis. Keep up, everybody. This game has to continue. Question 8. Psychology.
Oh, God.
Which psychologist conducted the Stanford prison experiment? Luigi.
Oh, I know
Fan.
this one.
Do you now? So if you pick the same one as me, that's how I know you're a nasty double standard man. Ooh.
Well, pick an answer.
Whoa! Why do I have to pick an answer? This is a trivia game. I can do what I want.
Oh, my
We're gonna
rules.
go-
You have to pick something.
I'm gonna go with Stanley Milgram.
And the geeky
Wait.
skunk gamer.
It's Philip Zimbardo.
Indeed it is. Zimbardo in 1971 set up an experiment hiring people as prisoners or guards, and literally after 6 days, the whole thing collapsed in on itself and became one of the most unethical experiments ever performed.
I watched a whole documentary on it, so suck it, Luigi.
I did not.
Maybe next
I'll
time.
send. I will send you the documentary after we're done.
After the first round?
Not after the whole thing.
Fuck. Guess who just forgot all of the rules? I did. That was pretty fast, wasn't it? We're gonna pretend like I did this correctly quick and take a quick break.
Oh dear.
That looks better.
Okay. We caught up?
Mm-hmm. I
Cool.
mean,
I can,
it's funny
I can
because
turn off the Jeopardy waiting music now.
you're a dirty son of a bitch. And that is exactly what this game is all about. Making sure that you feel bad for even participating in the first place. But
Joe, I love it when you cuss like that.
we will get there. Anyway, I would have made you keep track of your own scores, except obviously you have no idea how the fucking scoring works, so it's just me. But
Okay.
we'll trust that this is correct, and if it's not, whoops. Anyway,
Well, at least I got 13. At least I got 13.
that is the end of round 1, and Luigi Fan only leads by $2,000. But that's why we have significant opportunities to make more. Round 2. So, once again, you will see a category and a question, except the scoring is going to work a little bit differently, which means guess who has to pay attention? Me. If you both answer the question correctly, the person who answered first will get the amount of money for that question. The second person to answer will get double.
Wait, what?
Anytime the second person to answers correctly, they get double the money. If you both answer incorrectly, the person who goes first will get the amount of money for the question for fooling the other person.
Oh.
So, effectively, as if you're going first, all you have to do is either answer correctly or make the other person answer incorrectly. But there is an extra bonus if you in fact answer correctly, but the second person does not, and that is you will win triple.
Oh, wow.
So, figure
What about
out
if the second person? What if the second person answers correctly and the other one doesn't?
There's no
You
opportunity
only
for
get
trickery, so...
Okay.
You are in much better shape. As the first to go, you are in control of the question. But that is why you both have an equal opportunity to go first. As was the case in the last round, the money will continue to go up. Promise I'll remember. But the number of choices will go down because it will become harder and harder to fool. Because
Oh,
we're in
boy.
round 2, the geeky skunk gamer will get to go first.
Yay.
Just so you know, the categories will remain the same for each question, in case that helps you plan ahead.
It does not.
You should have been taking notes. What prompted the start of Pablo Picasso's famous blue period?
Oh.
The geeky skunk gamer.
I'm going to say his friend's suicide.
Any reason why?
Eh.
That is an incredible way to pick an answer in a trivia game. Speaking of which, Luigi fan, how do you feel about
I want to go with the meeting of Edward Munchman.
Mm-hmm. Are you hungry?
No.
I am.
Good
Oh!
work. That's worth $3,000 to you.
I figured it had to have been something to do with him being blue, and blue means sad, so it had to have been his friend's suicide or a failed marriage. I basically flipped a coin in my head.
Mm-hmm. His friend shot himself in a cafe in Paris, and Picasso went into a deep depression. In fact, he was blue, dabba-dee, dabba-die.
I just realized I don't have the right microphone set to this. Does this make me sound better?
I don't know, it sounds like you just backed up for no reason.
All right, I'll switch it back.
Question 2. Law. Which of these crimes is generally considered malum in se? Luigi fan.
Yes. Let's see here.
Not a choice, but feel free to continue thinking.
Robbery.
Okay. What were you thinking with that one?
I was thinking, what's a good-looking answer?
Okay, then.
Or I'm thinking, let's trick player 2.
Geeky Skunk Gamer finds robbery attractive to you as well.
I will also say robbery because I don't have any reason. I can't figure out which one of these sounds like a malum in se.
Indeed, it was.
Yes!
That's an extra $1,000 to the Geeky Skunk Gamer. Malum in se offenses are those that are considered evil by their own nature, regardless of what the law says. Stuff like murder and rape and burglary, and also robbery. I'll stop saying words in case I fumble over them for no reason. Well, look-y here. Someone has gotten actually ahead for once.
Woo!
Let's see if you use that to your advantage or just fuck this up entirely for no reason. Luigi fan, question on animals. Which of these is not an accurate species name?
It would be the one on the far left. I mean, the far right.
So you're going with giraffa.
Yeah.
You could have just said, I don't know, Parappa the Rappa, and I probably would have gotten over there at some point. But
I'm going to have to go with gorilla.
You feeling confident about that, either of you, or is this just literally throwing darts at a board and hoping it doesn't hit a person?
I just wanted to say gorilla.
You did. Do you want to say it again?
Gorilla.
Anyway, the correct answer was koala, which means, Luigi, congrats on, I guess, tricking the Geeky Skunk Gamer into picking an answer that he was already going to say. Anyway. Koalas are, in fact, Phascolarctos cinearis. I'm not sure I wrote that down in a way that was actually useful, so just, it wasn't koala. Promise.
That's what we need to know.
Question 4. History. Which was the first month of the French Republican calendar?
Oh, bugger.
As a resident French person, I hope that you have a good response for this one, the Geeky Skunk Game.
Vendemiaire?
What drew you to that answer?
Sounds most French.
Interesting. Giving away the fact that the French answer sounds French. Luigi fan, how do you feel about his response?
Oh dear. I guess I will take the French answer as well, please.
It was, in fact, Vendemiaire, which essentially gives Luigi fan a $4,000 win on that question.
That's okay.
In the French Revolution, the calendar got completely replaced and had all of its religious and royalist influence removed. So they named the first month after the word vintage, I guess.
You missed an opportunity to say the calendar was completely revolutionized.
You know, I'm actually trying to go for good jokes. No, I'm sorry.
The revolution will be televised.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't for you white people, but whatever floats your boat.
I'm not white.
You know what?
I am.
You broke my concentration. I'm pretty sure that's the right amount.
You broke my concentration.
This is an incredibly close game. I am pretty sure of it.
Oh, that was
We
fantastic.
keep swapping places of who's ahead by $2,000.
You do, mainly because I don't feel like you're taking full advantage of the opportunity to
Hey,
screw
hey,
people.
hey, hey. Hey, I'm
Wait.
trying, okay? I'm doing my best.
Here's another opportunity for you then, Geeky Skunk Gamer. In
Games.
games. In what year does the Oregon Trail 1985 video game begin? Technically
these
a
dates
history
are all so close
question.
together. I feel like the Oregon Trail happened in 1848.
What makes you say that number in particular?
I'm trying to base it off of what I know of history, and that sounds like the most accurate date. None of the others really seem like they would be correct, but it's all up to Luigi, whatever he wants to pick.
So, someone happens to be incredibly confident that they are in fact right. Do you agree?
Here's the problem. The number I would pick, which is the actual start of the actual Oregon Trail, is not on the list.
Interesting.
So I'm going to go with 1848.
It sure is. So,
I'll be honest, I was actually trying to subterfuge there. I thought it was 1856.
See, what happens with this game is that you have to be super careful that you don't just walk into the right answer if you don't know it, or at least pretend I don't know, if you...
I flipped
don't
a coin
honestly
in
know
my
how to
head,
play.
basically.
Regardless, yes. The trip from Independence, Missouri to Willamette Valley, Oregon, in the Oregon Trail game, at least there, begins 1848. Question 6. A religion question that will be led by Luigi fan. In which of these religions must one not kill or harm any being?
I'm going to go with Shintoism.
Shintoism, yes. Yes, your
I got
confidence
there.
in being able to pronounce it bodes well. What do you say? What do you say about Shintoism?
There's a shin in the name, so.
Shintoism,
And a toe. There's also a toe. The ism is
Shintoism-
worthless.
Shintoism is the Japanese religion, so I'm fairly certain that's wrong. However, I'm drawn to Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism. You know what? Maybe I should just say all of the answers out loud to avoid any possible complications, but...
That would probably be the best option.
So you're not following along with Luigi fan's leg and foot fetish, I see.
Absolutely not.
Good. Thing is, the answer was in fact Jainism, which means that's $3,000 to Luigi Fan anyway.
I honestly never even, I never knew the name. I just remembered hearing Zoroastrianism.
In fact, Jainism, the fundamental tenet is not killing any living being, including insects and plants, to the point where they don't even eat root vegetables.
So this actually was some screwing in this one. I wasn't sure the right answer was, so I picked just the first one on the list and hoped that the Geeky Skunk Gamer would pick a wrong answer.
Well, you got it. You did do that, but I knew for a fact it wasn't Shintoism because that is the Japanese one.
Doesn't matter. I got the money.
And quite a bit, if I do say so myself. There is still one more round.
Ooh.
Or two more questions in round 2, I should say. Which will be led off by Luigi Fan. Inventions. Which of these inventors does not have an SI unit named after him?
I wish I knew a friggin' SI unit was.
I do!
Great! I'm gonna go with Volta.
What drew you to Alessandro Volta?
Just the Volta part. It sounds cool to say.
Volta. Sounds like a new Chevy electric car. Geeky Skunk Gamer, you are not Luigi Fan and probably do not own an electric car. Your feelings about this question?
I'm for certain that I know what an SI unit is, and that would be a unit of measurement for like an electrical pulse or similar things. Volta has his name as the volt. I'm fairly certain that Bell is a unit of measurement, so I'm going to go with Nikola Tesla.
This question, in some respects, was me trying to fuck everybody over because...
Oh, yeah!
You are absolutely right. Bell gave his name to the decibel, but the SI unit for sound pressure is the Pascal. Tesla is the
Damn
SI
you, Pascal!
unit for magnetic strength.
But I did have it basically right. But I got the question wrong.
Exactly. Enjoy your nothing money.
I will stand by my reasoning, though.
Well, here's your psychology question.
Dip.
Which of these symbols cannot be found on Zener cards?
Zener cards. Why does that sound familiar? Zener cards. I'm going to say you can't find a hollow circle.
Why would you say that?
Lucky guess.
I swear, your confidence is unmatched in this game.
Hey, I don't even know what a Zener card is, okay? So, if he knows, then he's a better psychologist than me.
Luigi Fan, are you a better psychologist than the Geeky Skunk Gamer?
I'm a better psychologist because this isn't Secret of the Old Clock. The answer is 2 horizontal lines.
Indeed.
The hell is even a Zener card?
It's one of those stupid cards that that weird psychologist guy used in his Secret of the Old Clock minigame where he puts like 5 cards on the table and then tries to use telepathy to tell you which card he's looking at.
Oh, that bunk science. That is not even real. That's just that's fake. That is the fakest psychology ever, and they don't even teach it anymore.
It is true, which is why Nancy cheated at it.
Nonetheless, they are and continue to be used in ESP experiments, including a circle across 3 wavy lines, a square and a star, but not an equal sign.
I should have known this because it's in the opening scene of Ghostbusters.
Well,
but they don't call them Zener cards.
Watch Ghostbusters before you play a trivia game. Next time, I'll ask about Zool. Well, all of a sudden, this has opened up quite a bit.
The thing is, that question does not prove anything about me and my psychological career because they literally do not teach that anymore.
Yeah, that's not on you for not being taught that. It's just you didn't know about it in advance.
I legitimately had no idea that you even knew they were called Zener cards.
I didn't know they were called Zener cards either.
I
all I
knew
knew from was Ghostbusters.
So, yeah, they forced you to learn in those games.
At the end of round 2, Luigi Fan, $39,000. Geeky Skunk Gamer, 23. That being said, we have a very significant opportunity to make up that gap with round 3. Which
Apogee?
I use a dictionary. The category will
Who are
be
you, Alonzo Lerone?
I needed to make this music quieter, but nonetheless. What was that?
I said, who are you, Alonzo Lerone? That was literally his catchphrase. Get a dictionary.
Oh! Actually, all of these questions are about definitions. No, thankfully not. These questions will have 2 possible choices.
Oh, Lord.
If both of you get it right, the person who goes first will make the amount of money. The person who goes second will once again get double. If you both get it wrong, not only will the person who goes first make money, but the person who gets it wrong will lose that amount of money.
The second person will lose the money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you trick the second person into picking the wrong answer, but you answer correctly, you get triple, they lose double.
Yeesh. This is getting
I'm
interesting now. Well, question, because this might be relevant. What happens if we go below 0?
Impossible. These are worth $5,000 each.
Okay.
And
I'm fucked.
by virtue of the fact that you have less money right now, Geeky Skunk Gamer, you will go first.
Joy.
There were one opportunity to come back into this game with automobiles.
You said the categories wouldn't change.
I said,
On the second
oh,
one.
I said they would.
Oh.
Did I say they wouldn't? They would. Yeah, they're different.
Move on.
Which of these cars has been featured in a James Bond film?
I've never watched James Bond.
So how in God's holy name are you going to choose an answer to make sure that this game doesn't end immediately?
Coin flip. Mercury
Really?
Cougar XR7.
That is not... Oh, shit! I didn't expect that to... You know what? You were right. Luigi, man! What were you gonna pick before you knew what the answer was?
I was gonna pick the Cougar too, so
Shit. I can't even doubt.
and I'm not
I
picking the
pressed-
Chevy just for pity.
Why not? You know that I need this.
No, I picked the Cougar.
Part of me will have to figure out that's why. Nope, still didn't work. There is a way to actually undo this, but I have to touch the edge. I can put the circle in, and if I want to take the circle out, I have to be more careful next time. Noted.
Or at least make the box bigger.
I like the way the boxes look.
No. I mean, make the box around the enter box bigger so you don't click wrong.
I will just remember which color blue you guys are supposed to be. Also,
you
happy
can change
gender
my color.
reveal day. Frick. So, that question went exactly as expected. The Mercury Cougar wasn't even driven by James Bond, but rather James Bond's girlfriend and then wife in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Probably the only person besides Bond to ever be in a car chase in a Bond film while Bond was in the passenger seat. And then she dies at the end because Bond isn't allowed to be happy.
He's also a Time Lord.
That may be. Okay, then. Admittedly, you guessed correctly. And So did you. I'm not sure if this gap is something that you can come back from, but that doesn't mean
finish the game.
We will not. We will continue to ask this question anyway.
Oh!
What did Cronus do to all his children before Zeus? Did he eat them or starve them to death?
What kind of a question is this?
A mythology question.
It came from Greece, just like baklava and bankruptcy.
Eat them.
Well, it sounded like someone was incredibly excited for this question.
I'm not happy, so we're just gonna go with A.
Here's the thing, he's partially right, but also incredibly wrong. Cronus only ate 3 of his children. He ate the main 3, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. The rest of them he starved!
This is going to be a little fucked up. Because I didn't expect this game to involve some kind of last minute. Are you really sure that you picked a question with a correct answer?
Uh-oh.
I'm fairly certain I got that. What?
I know what you're thinking.
What mythology book did you read?
Wikipedia. Not to
Press
say
X
that...
to doubt?
From what I can tell, he ate all of them because the entire point was Rhea, Cronus' wife, essentially didn't force, but tricked Cronus into eating a rock so that Zeus didn't go inside of him, and then Zeus forced Cronus to vomit up all the previous children so that they could all collectively banish their dad to Tartarus.
No.
Do you want me to do a quick Google search on this?
He ate Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, and they burst out of him and cut him to pieces and threw those pieces into Tartarus.
All right, source number 1, Wikipedia, says he ate them.
Source number 2?
Which is GreekHighDefinition.com.
That sounds relevant.
Says he ate them. Source number 3, which is a Greek mythology website, says he ate them.
Okay, fine. I capitulate.
Not to say that this was intended to be an incredibly close question where you could go either way, and it just so happens that the person who's already leading got a huge benefit out of it.
Seriously, I thought he only ate the main 3, and that's why they were the most powerful, because they burst out of him and cut him to pieces.
You know what? Maybe that's in some Disney film, probably The Little Mermaid. I don't know for sure, and at this point, I am too scared to look into it again, just in case I have fucked this up for everybody. That being said, considering that you got that last one correct, my gosh. Cool.
Oh.
And you didn't. This was a close game. Because there is no standard as to what these scores were supposed to look like before this. That being said, that is the end of round 3.
How many more rounds are there?
That's, if you can believe it, the end of the game, which means contestant number 1, Luigi fan, is our big winner of the day.
Nice.
Enjoy the very Technicolor kaleidoscopic video. Geeky Skunk Gamer, you have to turn away. You don't get to watch.
Too late. Already been watching. I love the crystals.
It's terrible. Anyway, that everybody is Subterfuge. And like I said, I made this. Do not fucking steal it or I will find you.
You can actually say that too.
So yeah, thanks for participating in the very first episode. That was as good of a test run as we could ever have at this sort of thing.
Next time, your ass is mine, Luigi.
You actually have to know stuff for that to happen.
Hey, I knew stuff. I just got a few things wrong.
Or you have to pretend that you know stuff really well.
I did do that a couple times.
Honestly, I